From Chicago's fantastic skyline to renovations in the kitchen or bathroom, it takes a whole lot of skill and know-how to get those projects done. Hire360 is an apprenticeship program in the city that is getting a lot of buzz because it teaches men and women a trade. It gives them hands-on experience on how to become a construction worker.
So joining us now this morning with more is Don Biernacki. He's the president of the board at Hire360. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Scott and Sylvia. Very nice to be with you.
So let's get into this. This is really an opportunity, I think, for those to take advantage of internships, and not just internships, but paid internships. You know, I can't speak for Sylvia, but a million years ago when I did mine, there was no money. So that's obviously a bonus, but it's so important as we transition from school to our work life, right?
Well, I think that's correct. Hire360 is a unique industry-led partnership involving private real estate developers here in Chicago, the trade unions, general contractors, and the hospitality industry. And the point behind it is it's really built on four pillars, one of those being workforce development. To your point, it is really necessary for future generations that we be able to offer opportunities and hope to our young people throughout the city, that they can become part of an industry that for years and years and years has built some of the finest architecture anywhere in the world. And we need to be able to pave that path and to provide opportunities where those paid apprenticeships, as well as those sustainable careers for the future, can be realized. And that is really what Hire360 is built on. But more than that, it is also built on the need to support sustainable businesses from within each of our communities, to be able to build small and emerging businesses, and at the same time offer opportunities for businesses to become part of the supply chain that feeds our industry. 40% of the dollars we spend on the construction of a building goes into the supply chain.
Okay.
And finally, in order to accomplish this, we need to be able to engage young people at an earlier age.
Okay,
and that's
how are you reaching out to them, though? Because people are hearing what you're saying, and there's opportunity. They want to know how to go about doing it. What are you guys doing to reach out?
Well, we are reaching out into the community. Hire360 has a large staff of experts who are reaching out, engaging other community organizations throughout the city. We are working, as I said, with contractors. We are working with trade unions to make people aware of what they can do at Hire360. Anyone can go to our website, hire360chicago.com, become aware of the apprenticeship programs that are available, to work through those programs with our case managers, to be able to develop and understand the expectations for participation in those apprenticeships, as well as the very type of trade that they might want to be a part of. There are over 20 different trades that make up the building industries, as well as those opportunities in the hospitality industry. And so that's a good starting point to go to our website to see what is available and to work with our staff to further understand the expectations and the possibilities and opportunities that are available.
Hey, real quick, Don, because we're basically out of time, but I would imagine these are coveted slots. There's going to be a lot of competition. Give our viewers, just maybe off the top of your head, a couple of quick tips on making yourself more marketable to the people looking to fill these slots.
Well, I think the first thing is that you need to understand that in order to become a worker here in our building industry, that it is important that you understand the expectations. It's important that you understand that it will take hard work, that there are certain responsibilities that one must have in order to aspire to the highest levels of success in the trades. Or in any industry for that matter. So it is really important that one reach out now to Hire360, to sit down, take the time to understand what the industry has available, and to truly ask the questions that are necessary to make sure that one wants to be in this industry or in the hospitality industry, which is also an important part of Hire360 and the training programs that are involved with that as well.
Don Biernacki, Hire360chicago.com. Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys get a great turnout for this.
Great. Thank you very much.
Still to